Mr. Singh, you talk about greed and some jealousy. Most of these things are not created by jealousy. Like the guy has a house, no pool, and they put the pool on, and all the block wants to put the pool on.
Yeah.
Is that not the jealousy? That's not the greed, actually.
No, she used the right term. Dissatisfaction with yourself. Dissatisfaction with what you got.
Yeah.
In following what Bobby said and what you said, what I got was that the comparison can't be there unless you're an ego.
Yeah.
Because
It's at the foundation.
you wouldn't have the dissatisfaction if it wasn't your ego standing out.
Yes.
Or feel you have less or...
No question about it. Because, as I said, if the greed is not satisfied, who's getting hurt? Not your neighbor. It is your own ego. You mean I'm not as good as my neighbor with whom I compare myself? You mean I don't deserve the same thing he does? Feminine type of the question is, what she got that I don't? That's their common question. Why should she have these benefits and I don't? In the majority of the English papers, this is a common discussion. How come Kate married a prince and Pippa isn't getting anyone? At the best, she's getting the players and the golfers and the polo players and these athletes. But Kate got the prince. Why she can't get a prince? And they even try to force the younger one to take Pippa. That's a common discussion in the press. Because they're saying that the most attention at the wedding of Kate was actually on Pippa, not on Kate. That name was unknown to the entire European world, and on that day when she carried it behind her, the camera was behind her behind. And they kept on focusing on it and said, look, oh, beautiful. Oh, I like that. Look at the comparison.
But there's even greed in what we call spiritual world.
There is a greed there too.
It's
You will
huge.
compare yourself. She's at a higher place than I am. How come? I have been meditating for so long and she only did for 5 years and I have been into this all my life.
Is this not just in ladies?
No, it's in men too.
All?
Oh.
Where do you differentiate between greed and ego? Because
Greed is a subset. Ego is the master. Because ego drives, if the greed is not satisfied, ego is going to come back and say, are you any inferior? And the greed will say, no. Not only I'm not inferior, I'm better. And I'll prove it to you. Don't you hear most of this? I didn't want to prove it to anybody. I wanted to prove it to myself. That I could do it. See the play of the words?
Jaswantji, how is desire related to greed? Is it related at all to greed?
Absolutely.
It's extension-
Absolutely. It is the desire that is causing the greed to continue. Need is not a greed. Need does not give to the greed. It's the desire it gives, says they are twin brothers and sister.
So, Mr. Singh,
That's why I'm saying always distinguish. Is it your need or desire?
then does that chronic desire, is that what leads to addictions?
It does. All addictions, physical or emotional, they are the children of the greed. Greed is the mother. You see, when a drug user takes the first shot and reaches a certain high, what is his next attempt?
To get back there.
I want to get to at least there, if not higher. It is that greed. So then that addict finds out that the same dose will not take him higher. Not only that, same dose will not even take him to the previous level because the body has developed the resistance. So now he has to increase the dose. All the overdosing deaths are the result of trying to go higher or maintain at least the level of the very first experience. It is that greed, it is that desire.
And because greed has no
It has no upper limit.
upper limit, that's it.
It will always grow. It is such a slippery slope that once you start down that path, you can't stop. Even if you fall down, you still roll. It is the most dangerous trap to fall into. You cannot stop that. And it takes so many different forms. I was shocked to read that a 19 years engaged girl is breaking the engagement,
19
threatening to break the engagement because her need for the physical intimacy is 20 to 30 times a day. And the boyfriend on her birthday asked for 1 day of celibacy. And no psychologist can treat her. Where is that coming from? That's an addiction. To experience, to get back to the same what I experienced for the first time.